What's up, my dudes? Valk here. Today I'm going to be talking about another pretty bad character. I like these character breakdowns. I think I'll keep doing them for a bit because they're kind of fun for me to do. Break down what's good and bad about a character and exactly my thought process. So whenever I do my tier list, you guys know where I'm at. Basically, I want to talk about Compress today, and I want to talk about how easily how easily you can actually fix him. I don't think he's actually that hard to fix. I don't think he's in such a bad state. I don't think he needs a rework. I think his kit's actually fine. There's just a couple actions that I think should be fixed. And I'm going to talk about his kit today. And in order to talk about what needs to be fixed, first we got to go over it. So first off is Gamma. We're going to go in reverse for him because his kit's pretty simple. First is Gamma, just his escape tool. Just lets him get out. You can aim that up in the air. You can go really far with it. But it's really easy to track. It's really that's like knock somebody out of it at startup. Basically, it's not the best move. It's not very good. Next up is the shield, probably his best move in the current meta. It reflects any shots, like, taken at him. So he's able to go ahead and take, like, you can see, like, I accidentally hit that. But you can see it doesn't consume any charge unless he actually gets hit. Unless it actually gets hit, that's when it consumes charge, because then you're reflecting projectiles back at wherever you're aiming. So you're able to deal damage to people trying to deal damage to you, so that part's pretty good. And then lastly, the reason we went over it last, because we're going to look at it at different levels, is his alpha. His alpha at level 1 just spawns a little barrel. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade it now from level 1 to 9. And then you can see how it changes throughout the levels. So at first it spawned a little barrel. Now it spawns a big old truck. And it does a ton of damage. And you can do some funny stuff with it too. You can like stun lock people until they're down. It's a pretty funny thing to do with Mr. Compress. This is obviously by far his best ability. The fact that you can spam this just until people go down and spam the hell out of them, it's pretty funny. So now, why is this character bad? What does he do wrong? And his special action I can't show you, but if I had an ally, I could pick them up and put them in my pocket. So one thing, his special action that I just mentioned, make it pick up downed allies. It's really that simple. That one change right there would take him from being the worst character in the game to actually bringing a pretty decent way to get people out of situations. I think his beta is fine the way it is. I think his alpha is actually fine the way it is. To where it perma-staggers the people to death is pretty funny. But his special action and his gamma are kind of like the main two things holding his kit back in its entirety. So his special action not picking up downed allies is weird. It feels awful, and it needs to be changed to where he can't. Why can't he? If he can pick up somebody standing up, why can't he pick up somebody laying on their back, right? Like, why can't he pick up somebody crawling around on the floor? It makes no sense. Just let him pick people up like that. I think it's really good. And then his gamma, I think his gamma, if you, you have one of two ways to do this. You can either reduce his startup lag greatly to where he's not so easy to get out of it, or you can give him super armor on the startup that breaks after a couple hits. That's like one of the main two ways I would go about it personally. Try to go ahead and basically, give people opportunities to counterplay so it's not a guaranteed escape. Because then he'd be far too annoying with his slipperiness of being able to get in, get an ally, and get out. But the fact that basically it has this really long startup lag, like super long, is just a death sentence currently. That startup lag either needs to be changed, or keep the startup lag and give him like super armor that breaks after a couple hits. So if you have a teammate like call out that he's trying to get out, you can turn and focus him and actually get him real quick. So there is counterplay around it, but in the way it currently sits, it's really, really bad. And those are kind of like the main two things holding Compress back, in my opinion. I think the fact that he has tools to deal with the current meta is really nice, but the fact that he's missing a special action and his only escape tool isn't very good. And the fact that his main damage is just really hard to hit while people are in the air. Like, look, how are you supposed to hit somebody like flying around and stuff with this? It's really, really, really difficult. This character needs a lot of love. I think he just needs buffs. I don't think he needs a rework like Dobby. I don't think there's like inherent kit flaws because he does have the ability to be very, very aggressive. He can use this for mobility to go ahead and get in. He can then just like alpha like this. Start spamming his alpha and all sorts of stuff. He has the ability to be aggressive, but it just needs some tweaks. He needs some buffs. I don't think damage is his issue. I think he actually, for a support character, I think his damage is fine. I don't think everybody needs to be Momo. I think his damage is fine for support character, but yeah. Anyways, that's where I'm at with Mr. Compress. Let me know if any of you guys play him in the comment section below, and if you do, what would you like to see changed about him? Because those are really my two biggest gripes with him in the matches I've played, and I basically don't feel like I'm doing a whole lot. Because I get knocked out of my gamma, And by the time I can use my special action, my teammate's already down. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, as always. Hopefully you guys like these character breakdowns of what I think could be changed, I've made better about these characters. I want to continue doing them for characters that I think are pretty low tier. And I'll probably work my way up the tier list as things go. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.